fuck you, Brian.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Mike.
Well, we went to go see the Rogue One Star Wars story today.
I'm a little underwhelmed.
Why are you underwhelmed?
Because I'm having trouble remembering any of the names of the characters.
Yeah. Yeah, and?
And if I didn't lose my phone, I could actually look them up on IMDb like I planned. God damn it. I always have to lose something.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you don't. The movie is not clear enough to tell you during that. Then because I remember the names of the characters on Force Awakens, but I don't remember the names of any of these characters on there.
No.
So I'll refer to him as Blind Samurai Dude and generic dude that's with the main chick. What the fuck that guy's name was? See, I don't even remember their names either. And then they got Forrest Whitaker on there. Did Forrest Whitaker really have a point in this movie? Because it didn't seem like he was in there for very long.
Who is Forrest Whitaker?
Oh, you don't know? I forgot. You're another generator. He was the black dude that was like fathering the main chick throughout the entire movie, or not in the beginning of the movie. And then I thought he was a bad guy, but then needed his help, and then I don't know.
I don't know what to.
You don't even remember him? That's bad. Yeah, it was a hard movie to really. I don't know. It was kind of like I just didn't care. I just didn't give a shit about any of the characters on there. Really, the main chick just had no personality whatsoever. You know what she reminded me of? She reminded me of one of those really hot secretaries that doesn't talk to anyone. Now imagine that kind of girl out and being a badass hero. It's like they just gave a gun to a hot chick that had no personality. You know, I think her acting's a little bit better than Kristen Stewart. You know, but she's pretty close. Cause I saw her in one other movie, which is Inferno with Tom Hanks, and her acting wasn't that great on that one either. So I was really hoping that she stepped it up a notch for this one. But my God, you know what she's like in this movie? She's like a bland cardboard that just got discolored throughout the whole movie, because then you just sort of forget about her. You know, I don't know. It's just she just wasn't. I know she's the main chick and probably important to the plot, but she just seemed like she was there. She didn't seem like a character at all. And that was what makes Star Wars good.
Yeah.
And also, since this is a spin-off movie, this is the first spin-off movie, this is the only reason why I was excited about this movie, was the fact that it was the first spin-off movie from Disney. So I was like, okay, let's see how they handled this one, because really, but the thing is that I really don't give a shit what happened before A New Hope. But you know what? Let's see what kind of story that they came up with and everything. Maybe it would be cool. I thought previews looked pretty decent, but I don't know. Every time I see clips of it, it just looks like something that I see at the bargain bin at Walmart. I just never really got excited for it. I wanted to be. There was only one thing in this movie that made me excited about it, and that was Darth Vader. That was the one thing that made me want to go see it. All right, Darth Vader's in it. James Earl Jones does the voice. I had to know. And oh, sweet. I don't know who's behind the suit or anything like that, but that was my main reason going in. Now, they fucked it up in Revenge of the Sith. I saw that one at the theater. I don't know if you did. Did you see Revenge of the Sith?
I did see it in theater with my dad.
Did you?
Yeah, 2003.
Well, when
2007,
I think it's when it came out.
No,
was it?
It's 2003.
Was it 2005?
I was 6 years old, or it could have been 2005. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I'm a dumb fuck.
I don't know. I don't remember the date either. Every year is the same to me. But anyway, I just remember coming out of the theater and all these people making fun of no. So now it's an internet meme, and it's George, what are you thinking? But when the Star Wars prequels came out, people were really making fun of those movies, and people would not stop bitching about the Star Wars prequels. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. They had they had internet videos that dissect everything that's bad about the movies. So I guess that upset George Lucas, so that's why he sold it to Disney. So this movie right here, and Force Awakens, and the upcoming Han Solo spinoff that they're having, that's our fault. That's for the people who are bitching about it and hurt George Lucas's feelings. He sold his company for $4 billion because he was tired of. Then he made Indiana Jones, and people said that one was horrible. Wouldn't stop bitching about it. Not sure about Red Tails. I'm pretty sure people bitch about that one too, but probably not as much as his other ones.
You got gray hairs in your ears.
That's because I'm getting old, Brian.
I would be down for an Obi-Wan Kenobi origin story. That'd be
They
super
are
shit.
making one.
Is Ewan McGregor going to be in it?
Ewan McGregor was the one who suggested
His
it.
first
Ewan
name.
McGregor was the one who suggested it. You know what? I hope they make that one, and I hope they make it during the Jedi Purge. That would be awesome. But something tells me Disney's gonna fuck it up, and they're gonna have it like the Old Republic, so see if they can get Liam Neeson back or something. That's what I think. But they're gonna make it into 2 movies.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
God damn it. So there's one problem I had with the film. Is that early on, when they were trying to, get all this shit going on, show you everything, it kept, the editing, it would have one cut of something, and then it would cut to something that'd be, 3 seconds later, and it would do that for, a full minute, and I'm, struggling, I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's going too fast for me. It's like they were just jamming everything they could, all these shots, but, it was just going way too fast for me.
Did it seem like this is a Star Wars movie made for people with ADD?
I don't know.
Moving really fast and everything like that, and my big problem with the movie though is the fact that everything that we love about Star Wars, there's a reason why people go see Star Wars. Them making a spin-off movie. I don't know. I guess the reason why I'm not so excited about it because they're taking away elements that made Star Wars good. I know they're trying to go with his own merits of the name and use a few little characters from there. I noticed they did some fan service on. Did you notice that those 2 guys from the cantina that bullied Luke? They were outside. They showed that. I saw that too. First I was like, wait a minute. It's like, oh, that's fan service. Oh, okay.
R2 and 3PO made a...
Oh yeah, they have a cameo in it.
And then they had one cameo. Should we spoil that?
Yeah, we can spoil it.
Okay. For this part is spoilers.
We're gonna have some spoilers on here, so I'm just assuming that every Star Wars fan has seen it and everything.
One of the last shots, they decided for some reason that they want to end it with Princess Leia, but not the original Princess Leia. What was her name?
Carrie Fisher.
Not Carrie Fisher, but this other Carrie Fisher, and she says there's hope, which leads you right into New Hope, but it wasn't necessary.
No, they could have ended it with Darth Vader watching that ship go away. And that could have been the end of the movie, but no, they had to add an extra saying, check out our CG that we did on Princess Leia. Look at our CG. And as soon as she turned around, she looked like a freaking doll or something. Because when I looked at it, it just didn't look right. Her face looked wider than what it was supposed to be. I mean, it looked somewhat decent. You can actually see Carrie Fisher on it. If you're really not looking, or if you really... Well, the CG kind of stuck out with me, but for
if
some
you're the
people,
one blind guy from the movie, then you could probably believe that to be Carrie
and
Fisher.
another character that they CG'd was Grand Moff Tarkin from Episode 4. The old guy, that was played by Peter Cushing. Of course, Peter Cushing's not around anymore, but they ended up CGing his face and had a sound-alike on there. And actually, it looks good. As long as they don't have the camera on it or they have little close-ups or anything, and he looks good. But then when he starts moving his mouth and everything like that, I'm looking at it well, it's not a PlayStation 3 game. Probably more like a PlayStation 4. But at times it does look good. They're almost there with replacing people with CG. And I think that's what they've been trying to accomplish that for years. They did that with the Final Fantasy movie because a lot of actors were scared with that Final Fantasy Spirits Within. They were scared that CG models would replace them in the future because Hollywood wanted to try that. Just make CG actors so real that people won't even know if it's the actors or the CG. I don't know why. Stupid. But anyway, yeah, so they CG'd Tarkin in it. I thought would be good. They should just have the camera on him for a little bit, but don't show him too much. Otherwise, you're going to see the fakeness. You're going to ruin the illusion that it's him. So that kind of bothered me. So,
what other topics did we want to hit on?
I want to talk about this Darth Vader really quick.
Okay, so
this is really bothering. I was kind of saving this for a little bit because this is one that really was most painful about the whole movie because there's the one thing that I want to see this whole movie. I was not excited about this movie to begin with. I mean, some parts of the movie look really cool when they showed in the trailer with those AT walkers, those big things that shoot at them and everything, and from Empire Strikes Back, but they're in the jungle now. Wow, that looks pretty cool, and they're all shooting at them. I thought like images like those were cool when they're showing stuff with the other Star Wars. Like, oh, okay. But then another trailer they showed Darth Vader. It's almost like Disney saying, "Hey, motherfuckers, guess who we got? We got Darth Vader." You know? And they showed Darth Vader coming up out of the mist and everything, coming walking towards them. And they showed that for the last shot because they knew that dickheads like me would go see that movie just because Darth Vader's on there. So that's what got me geeked. Otherwise, I'll be like, I don't know if I really want to see this one. It just doesn't look too thrilling to me. But because Darth Vader's on it, and James Earl Jones does a voice, and I haven't really seen anything on it, I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. So finally the moment comes. They showed like this black guy in his black robe going into this room, you know, and there's like this big cube and everything. And I just remembered it from the trailer. It's like, alright, it's Darth Vader, yes! You know? So then like they showed that dude in the white. Again, we don't know the names of these characters on here. I apologize. And to be truthfully honest, I don't give a fuck either. None of these characters had stood out in any way possible.
No.
If we were to challenge you after seeing this movie, because I'm pretty sure if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to see this. After you see this movie, and you mention that particular character and ask what traits, characteristics they have, you would be lost, because I don't even know. None of these guys have enough character for me to remember them.
And also that whole romance that happened out of nowhere, because there was nothing leading up to. You remember? Near the end of the film, the girl and one of the guys hook up.
Oh, I think his name was like Darium or something like that. I remember that guy's name.
There was no inkling to that. It just kind of, okay, we're going to have this happen.
Yeah, well, I noticed in the movie that they were trying to have scenes where, like, she looks at him for a little bit, but then she walks away. Like, there's a brief second of love or something. But it's not long enough, and it's not shot enough to make you think that these two would be in love.
I know exactly what you were talking about, and I didn't get that impression at all. When she stared at him and walked away, my first impression was, okay, she understands that she has to keep going with her mission. She can't go back to help. That's when he was injured. He got shot by that one motherfucker, and then she was like, oh, you know, I gotta keep going. Oh well. So it didn't seem like, oh, I love him. Should I go back? It didn't seem
the
like
fact that like the reaction she had on her face when he was falling down that chasm.
Yeah.
You know, she's like
chasm.
Yeah, that's a chasm when it falls down.
The chasm?
Yeah, whatever. Chasm. It looks like chasm to me.
Okay.
Well, anyway, the look that she had on her face was just like, I don't know. It seemed like she just wasn't hurt enough when he fell, you know? Like, okay, whatever. Well, better get going, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just figured, and then she was mad at him for most of the movie, wasn't she? Like, she just didn't even.
I don't know. She was just boring. She didn't say anything worthwhile.
No, I don't remember any. Yeah. So anyway, back to my Darth Vader thing. So they have Darth Vader finally come out, just like the trailer. So I was like, oh sweet, they didn't like cut it out of the movie or anything like that. And then, oh god, well, everyone went no, you know, when the prequels came out. This one, he looks like a fucking clown. Oh god, that really bothers me. Yeah. Why would you make Darth Vader look... He looked like he needs to go to like one of those children's birthday parties or something like that. Like, hey, I'm Darth Vader, you know, with that rubber neck that he's got around there. And he has like this little zip tie thing going right here too. That's why I thought he looked like a clown. I'm like, no, not the Darth Vader. James Earl Jones did the voice of him, and it's great that they have James Earl Jones as the voice, but even I've noticed that his voice was sounding like he was getting kind of weak, you know. I hate to say that about him and everything because it's James Earl Jones. Yeah, I had the impression that his voice would just sounded weak, like he was trying to emulate his voice to be Darth Vader, and he still sounds like Darth Vader, but it was coming off kind of weak to me. Like, oh man, he's must be really up there. I don't know how old James Earl Jones is now. He must be really old.
So, in what rank would you consider this film?
Oh. Well, let's see.
There's, what is there, 8 movies? There's 8
Oh, compared to all the other Star Wars
Yeah.
movies? Let's see.
Is it in the bottom?
Well, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll probably put Return of the Jedi after that one. I'll have to put Revenge of the Sith in third. I hate to put that over New Hope, but Revenge of the Sith was very entertaining. And then A New Hope, and The New Hope is definitely better than Episode 1 and 2. Episode 2 was my least favorite, but where do I put this one in a mix of all
What
of them?
about the newest one?
Oh, Episode 7.
Force
Oh, I'm
Awakens.
sorry, I forgot about that one. Episode 7, I would probably rate that after episode 4.
Okay.
I'll have to rate it after episode 4.
So it comes before the
prequels,
1 and 2.
yeah, the 1 and 2.
Okay.
You know, I liked episode 7.
So then you got 3 slots left. You got the newest movie, then you got 1 and 2. Where would you rank this?
Where would I rank the new one? This one right here, if I had to rank it up with the other ones? God, my biggest problem with it is this movie is just forgettable. And I mean, if I only remember one thing out of this whole movie, just like Force Awakens, there's one thing that you'll remember out of the Force Awakens, and that's Han Solo dying. You know, I'll probably forget everything else in that movie, but I'll remember that. This one, the only thing I remember is Darth Vader choking a bitch. You know, like he's going around just killing all those people, you know, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was near the end, though. That was after everything else happened.
Yeah, I don't remember anything else that happened in the movie.
They all die in the end.
They all die. Yeah, that's about it.
That's how unforgettable they are. They all have to die.
Although I will give the movie some credit, that little robot K2, whatever his name is, he was pretty decent.
Oh yeah, honestly, it seemed like he was the main character at one point.
Yeah, he was about
sarcastic.
the only one there that had really any kind of personality.
Oh yeah, because anybody that said anything to him was just like, stop it. Or,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah.
They didn't even contribute to it.
No, like this guy was like a comic relief type of deal, you know, but definitely much better than Jar Jar Binks. Which reminds me about Jar Jar Binks. I think they should make Jar Jar Binks at least in the sequels, or have his own movie and just have him die at the end.
Whatever happened to his character anyway? Did he just like?
Oh, of course, he had a big role in episode 1. He was supposed to be a character that was supposed to be prominent in the series. But then episode 2, he was reduced down to a senator, but he was the one responsible for giving the Emperor power in episode 2, which kind of made Jar Jar Binks' character cooler. But episode 3, you almost forgot that he was in the movie. He was in one little shot at the end when they had Padme's funeral.
Yeah.
You know, they showed him walking. He didn't have any lines. I'm pretty sure Ahmed Best, even though he was credited for the movie, he probably wasn't even in the booth. He probably said, "Fuck this shit, man. Everyone's making fun of me."
Yeah.
Like that little Jake Lloyd kid. He was made fun of for being in episode 1. He quit acting. They were just giving him hell in school. Yeah, he got mental and everything because people were just like tearing him
for
out.
For being in Star Wars.
Yes. Can you imagine that being like put down? Like how excited this kid he was. You can see it on one of the videos. The kid was really excited about being in Star Wars. And then after he was in Star Wars, people just started making fun of him, and he got like mental problems because of it, and he quit acting.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's fucked up. So how do you feel about the movie? It was okay.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't watch it again.
I don't think so either. I mean, I was glad that I saw it. Don't get me wrong, and I recommend Star Wars fan to go see it.
Yeah.
But if you're not a Star Wars fan, you won't be still after seeing this movie. I would not want
it's
anybody.
not going to be a game changer.
No, I wouldn't want. If you're like, let's say if you like meet somebody and they're like, oh, I'm not a fan of. I never really seen Star Wars, and then trying to get them to like it. Don't show them this movie. They're like, man, this is fucking boring. Well, I can show you. I mean, really, Empire Strikes Back is probably, to me, or Episode 3 would probably be a good one too. But
well,
my whole thing about the movie is my conclusion of it is that it's forgettable. It really is. It's really forgettable, and I really was pushing for Disney to make. I'm not like one of those people that wants Disney to fail. I like The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I had a lot
me
of
too.
good things to say about that one, but this one was just forgettable, and I just found myself not paying much attention to it. You know, I was getting bored. I didn't really care.
it also didn't take many risks either.
No,
It kind of stayed. It just stayed one track. It relayed the events and how they happened, but there was nothing interesting to make the story amazing. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't even tell you what the action scene. Although that one action scene was a samurai dude, whatever the hell his name is. That
samurai.
was pretty cool when he was beating all their asses and shit like that. I thought that action scene was pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I have to give it that. You know. But I don't know. What do you think about the action scenes at the end though? The whole climax action scenes.
I don't know. There was only one lightsaber, and that was Vader's. So there were no Jedi, no lightsaber battles. It was just gunfire. I will give it this though. This is the first movie stormtroopers killed someone. So that's pretty cool. You know, they did. they did give the stormtroopers. I'll give them that. They killed a lot more guys.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the, I don't know. I mean, Disney's taking a chance with these spin-off movies, and they're milking Star Wars to death. There's a new Star Wars movie.
Milk.
Yeah, they're having a new Star Wars movie come out every year. So be prepared, everyone. Every year there'll be a new Star Wars movie. Next year will be Episode 8, which we'll finally get to see Luke Skywalker kick some ass on that one. That's cool.
Be sweet.
Yeah, and then after that is the Han Solo movie. I am not excited about that one at all.
All right, well, we're here at Land of Arcadia, and fuck you, Mike.
Fuck you, Brian. Hey, Brian. It'd be like we're kissing each other.
Oh, baby.